The vice presidential debate is today. I'm so tired of debating. I'm so tired of this corona. I just want everyone to feel bad for me so I can win already. What channel was it?
Use voice control.
Vice presidential debate.
Good evening, everyone. I am Susan Page, and I am the moderator for the first and last Vice Presidential Debate of 2020. We are here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I would like to introduce Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris. Now, after that last debate bullshit, we have new rules in place which both campaigns have agreed to prior, okay? All right. I have about 9 questions which neither candidate knows the topic of, so let's begin.
I'm about to fuck him up.
Now, regarding the ongoing situation, COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Vice President, is something wrong with your eye?
What do you mean?
You have something?
Twinning.
I feel fine. Okay? I feel fine. Well, we seen you front row at the Rose Garden event with no mask and no social distancing. How can you expect the Americans to follow the safety guidelines for the sake of others if our leaders are not?
Well, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying that it is an honor to share the stage with Senator Harris.
Thank you.
Now, as far as the people, they have demonstrated over the past 8 months that they're willing to put the health of others over themselves.
But, sir,
President Trump and I have great confidence that the American people are willing to take in this information and practice.
As head of the administration's coronavirus task force, shouldn't you be worried because the U.S. have the highest number of cases in the world?
Well, the American people have witnessed what is the greatest failure of any presidential campaign in the history of our country.
What a great segue, Senator Harris.
Oh, girl, you can call me Kamala.
You're Senator Harris to me. Anyways, Senator Harris, what are Joe Biden's plans and the whole administration? What are your plans for coronavirus if you do win the election?
First of all, here are the facts. 210,000 dead. 1 in 5 businesses are closed. And over 8 million cases in the USA alone. Your president knew since January 28th, and he didn't want to tell y'all until March 13th because he wanted to keep the people calm. Well, now guess what? You scared to take your kids home to your parents because they might kill them. Susan, I have to weigh in on this. I'm speaking, Mr. Vice President. I'm speaking, Mr. Vice President.
Whoa, let's settle down.
Joe has a plan. We're going to roll out new PPE, advanced testing, a vaccine that works. Record sounds like plagiarism to me.
Mr. Vice President, I'll give you 1 minute to respond.
From day one, President Trump has always put the health of Americans first. We made the greatest economic decision by shutting down any transport to and from China, which is something that Joe Biden opposed. Well, whatever your administration has done clearly did not work. If I may, Senator, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about all of the American lives that we have lost. But I am proud of all the sacrifices we have made.
Mr. Vice President?
Because the reality of it is, your plan looks just like ours.
Mr. Vice President.
But the truth is, everything that Dr. Fauci told us, Trump told America.
Great segue. Senator Harris, if Trump announced that there was a vaccine, would you take it?
Hell no. Don't undermine the science of our vaccine. Y'all don't even know what science is. You took it off the website.
Senator Harris.
If Dr. Fauci says take it, I will take it. We follow what Dr. Fauci said. If we didn't, we would have lost 2.2 million lives.
Mr. Vice President.
2.2 million lives. We talked about this, Susan.
Mr. Vice President.
Susan, I will speak up on behalf of what the American people have done for this country.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. But aren't you a little bit worried in Trump's ability to lead, especially with his health and contracting the coronavirus?
Thank you, Susan, but I like to go back.
Mr. Vice President, I think we should move forward.
Nope, I'm going back. We will have a vaccine, Senator, and it will save lives. You want to talk about failure in a pandemic? Let's go back to 2009 when Joe Biden was vice president and swine flu entered the United States. 60 million people contracted the disease, and he would have lost 2 million lives, but he got lucky. And that is something that we learned from. So your best bet is to take the damn vaccine.
Senator Harris, I'm going to ask you the same question because he did not answer. Do you believe in Joe's ability to lead this country, especially in his old age?
Well, let me tell you, the day I received a Zoom call from Joe Biden asking me to be on a ticket, I was so excited. Oh, my mama would be so proud. I mean, me and Joe grew up the same. I am a woman of color. I was Attorney General, now Senator. I've traveled the world. I've met with veterans. Look, me and Joe can relate to the people and we share a purpose. Donald Trump can never.
Yes, Kamala. Yes, cousin Kamala. You go, girl.
Okay, well, neither one of you answered my question. So, what about our economy?
They're going to raise your taxes. That's not true. And ban fracking. That's not what I said. Joe Biden will repeal Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President.
Vote for Donald Trump.
Mr. Vice President.
For the greatest economic comeback.
Mr. Vice President.
Since the Great Depression, Susan.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Can we have a conversation, Michael, please? Thank you. Joe will not raise taxes on anyone who is making less than $400,000 a year. Joe will not ban fracking. Joe has been very transparent, and he's responsible for the Recovery Act that this administration is taking credit for, and he's also responsible for the Affordable Care Act with Obama. The Green New Deal is a $2 trillion package. Y'all raising taxes for sure, and Obamacare is bullshit. Listen to me, America. If they repeal Obamacare, you're fucked.
Senator Harris.
Especially if you're 26 and under on your parents' insurance, or if you have pre-existing medical conditions. President Trump and I have a health care plan for all.
Mr. Vice President.
American jobs and American workers first.
Thank you. With the ongoing wildfires in the West and hurricanes in the South, do you think the climate is changing?
Climate change isn't real. I mean, it's happening, but it isn't real. But you know what will hurt us, America? The Democrats' Green New Deal. You know what? Let's talk real. All of the jobs you cut off, all of our allies whose friendships you've ruined, especially with China. And the strike on Soleimani has a bounty on our soldiers' heads that your president shitted on. If Joe had voted on that strike earlier, then Kayla Mueller would still be here. If you all would ban chokeholds and cartoid holds, which we will do, America, George Floyd would still be here. What Derek Chauvin did is unacceptable, and justice will be served.
This just in, Derek Chauvin, responsible for the murder of George Floyd, has been released out on bail after posting $1 million. Rumor has it that Americans raised the GoFundMe for him. That is all.
But the fact is, you and Joe claim there is implicit bias against minorities in our justice system, and that's absurd.
Mr. Vice President,
the justice system is always right.
You know, I got tired of bullshit. Two sabes, real flies, real lies, fool.
Mr. Vice President, keep in mind your campaign agreed to the rules prior. Okay? Your time is up. So shut the fuck up or be disqualified. I am the moderator.
That's my girl.
Gee. Next question, okay? Do you believe that justice for Breonna Taylor was served?
No, no, and hell no. I talked to her mother, and there is no way. I am a black woman, so I feel that. I trust our justice system, a grand jury that refused evidence, but I trust our justice system. My heart breaks for her situation or whatever, but the fact is that there's no implicit bias against minorities in our system. There's no systemic racism.
See, Holmes, this is that bullshit. I can know.
Trump and I stand with blue lives.
Mr. Vice President,
While you are over there prosecuting minorities for minor drug charges in California, Senator.
Mr. Vice President, don't speak out of turn again or I am on your ass with that fly in your head. Hey, Holmes, you don't have to smack at me like that. Fuck you. Senator Harris,
I've prosecuted everything from big banks to sexual assault to homicide. So what I'm not gonna let you do is sit here and lecture my record, okay? I know I fucked up, but Joe and I recognize that there is implicit bias in America, and we are going to work to reform that, unlike your president, who wouldn't even condemn white supremacists last week. That's not true.
I am speaking.
Joe and I will work to reform the criminal justice system, and we will expunge those who are charged for marijuana.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Now, if your ticket wins, what will you do if President Trump does not peacefully transfer his power?
Well, let me tell you, Joe and I have built a very strong coalition around our campaign that we are proud of. And it happens to be very diverse. Do you know what diverse means, Michael? It means that we have Democrats, Republicans, attorney generals, retired generals, national security experts, and so many more supporting us. So I'm going to tell you this. Vote. Vote early. Vote now. Y'all heard Joe last week. Make sure you get out there and vote. We believe in y'all.
Thank you, Senator. Mr. Vice President, I will ask you the same thing. If Trump loses and refuses to transfer power, what will you do?
Well, first of all, Susan, we're going to win that election, and that's that on that.
And that's that?
That's that on that. And we're going to take Judge Barrett with us.
Even if she overturns Roe v. Wade? As former governor of Indiana, how would you feel if the women did not have access to resources such as Planned Parenthood?
I don't care. I'm pro-life. I don't apologize for that. I'm Christian. Matter of fact, ask them if they win, which I don't see happening. Will they pack the Supreme Court? I think America should decide. Nah, answer the question.
Well, I'm trying.
You know what? Let's have a little history lesson, shall we? That's a non-answer.
She is speaking.
In 1864, when Lincoln was up for re-election, a Supreme Court justice seat had just opened up. And you know what he did? He gave the honor of choosing to the next president, similar to what the late RBG had asked for, right? Again, you nor Joe answered yes or no to the question of packing the Supreme Court. You want to talk about packing? Well, why didn't Trump pack the court with black people? Since you all love African Americans so much, where's the representation? You know what, America? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Okay, last question of the night. Comes from 8th grader Brecklin Brown at Springfield Junior High in Utah. She said, "When I watch the news, all I see is arguing between Democrats and Republicans. When I watch the news, all I see is citizen fighting citizen. When I watch the news, all I see are two candidates from opposing parties trying to tear each other down. If our leaders can't get along, how are the citizens supposed to get along? Your examples could make all the difference to bring us together." Thank you, Brecklin. Now, I will give each of you 1 minute to respond.
Aw, Brecklin, that's a cute question. I started watching the news when I was young too. But don't believe everything you see on TV. I mean, we debate, we argue, we fight, we might kill one another. But at the end of the day, we will always come together as Americans.
Thank you, Vice President. Senator Harris?
Brecklin, I love that you are showing true leadership. It gives me hope that our future is bright. Which brings me to Joe Biden. He decided to run for president because of things like that. Brecklin, Joe is regular just like you. He knows pain. He knows suffering, unlike the Trump administration. But he also knows love. And Brecklin, you and Joe are true leadership, which is what we should all aspire to be. Which lets me know that our future is bright. And with that being said, you go out and vote, America.
Thank you, Senator Kamala Harris. And thank you, Vice President Mike Pence, for being here tonight. That concludes our debate. Speedy recovery to the Trumps, and probably you too, Mike.
What do you mean? That's the end of the vice presidential debate tonight, folks. But just a few things. Yeah, why was Mike allowed in there on stage with pink eye? Ain't that a symptom of COVID?
Pink eye? No. No. That is makeup.
Right, but thank God for distance and plexiglass. And shout out to Kamala for holding her ground tonight while Mike was trying to do all that mansplaining. Susan couldn't even talk, girl. But I don't know. I think Mike was intimidated by Kamala because she had all those bitchy smirks and those snarky remarks. I think that's what you call resting bitch face. Girl, I think you're right. But who do you think won, though? I think...
Oh, enough of that. Mike won, it's obvious. Some of these people. It's the phone thing. Hello? Yes, I'm fine. Why would you ask that? The debate. Let me see the calendar. Oh, no. I am not doing a virtual debate. Come on, people. Tell them we are doing a nice debate in person, and enough of that plexiglass, okay? Listen to me. This corona is not serious nor scary. I'm fine. I'm fine. Goodness. You people just need to calm down. Oh, by the way, can you check to make sure Kamala got her guest complimentary ticket for Tupac? Yes, I know she said that's her favorite rapper alive. She even had someone cheering in the audience for her. Maybe it was him.
From the top, make it drop. That's some wet. Now get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet. I'm talking wop. That's some wet. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet.